Hi all, so this is a collaboration video for showing the stuff we've repurposed for craft storage. This was actually set up by Terry, Yarn Joy Podcast, and there's a few more of us taking part, so I'm just going to say their names and their channel names, which I will link in the description below, and then I'll show you what I've got. So obviously there's Terry, which is Yarn Joy Podcast. Debbie, which is Debbie Y, and that's D-E-B-I. Y is literally just a Y. And then you got Angelia, I hope I said that right, and that's the little Zina patch, Z-I-N-N-I-A. I will have these in the description because we all know I can't pronounce things. Grace from GB Maltese. Seta from Setter's Place. Margaret, which is Margaret Olander. Ella from No Catchy Name Crochet, and I think her name's Petra, I'm really sorry, but it's the Sosa family is the channel name, and that's S-O-S-A. I'm sure most of you follow these people already, but I know there's a couple that I wasn't, so do check them out. I know some of them have already done their videos, so I will link their videos in the description with their name. Anyone who hasn't done their videos, I will just link their channel name straight to their channel, and then you can keep an eye out for when their video comes out. But I think I'm one of the last ones to do it, so there is a few that I can already show you, link to. Sorry, I'm reading off my phone if you're wondering why I keep looking down. Wow, that's a bit close for you, isn't it? So I'm going to turn the camera around. In fact, no, I might as well show you what I got this side first, and then I will turn the camera around and show you what's the other side. Okay, so if I can, let me take the camera off the stand and then I can actually show you things, can't I? Sorry for the wobbling. Okay, so this is just a table that I'd got from a charity shop many years ago. I can't remember where it was, don't know what it was originally used for, but it's really nice. And so in here I've got my wire wrapping, and that's just an incense thing, and in this drawer is some of my beads and jewelry making supplies. Ooh. And then I just hold that on top. These two are bedside tables, which is holding my drawing supplies in, because I have quite a lot of colouring books. And this here, holding my paintbrushes, is actually an incense stick holder. Because this actually, I used to have another business and I sold incense sticks, and this was my display stand. And rather than wasting it, I turned it into a brush holder, and all I needed was some toilet roll tubes or kitchen roll tubes cut down to the right size, just popped in, and that holds them all in just perfect. And then if we go over this side, these are from IKEA, and no idea what they're supposed to be used for, but in this one I've got my yarn needles. In this one I've got my pom-pom makers. And this one has only got a stamping from the little box of crochet, because I didn't know what to do with it. I have two baskets here that were actually going to be thrown out by a family member. And why waste them? So this one holds my quilling stuff, and this one holds my origami stuff. Down on the bottom here, this one is actually a toolbox, but it holds all my jewelry making supplies. So that side has the tools and the wire, and obviously we've got the little sections there, and then this side has a load of beads. And then this, I'm not entirely sure what it is for, so it might actually be a jewelry thing, I'm not sure, but both of these are actually holding 5D painting gems. They're all the non-DMC numbers, so they're kept separate. Obviously this is a bookshelf that it's all on. So this here was actually a shoebox, which I've just covered in wrapping paper, cheap wrapping paper from Tesco's, and that holds all my ribbons, so that I can access all my ribbons. And here, these ribbons came without nice cases like this, so all I've done is cut out some cardboard and created my own ones. So that holds all my Vimsy, and that was a good use of a shoebox because we get a lot in this house with 5. We've got 3 growing boys and then my husband and me. And this one was actually a tissue box, and that just holds my scissors and things, but this was a tissue box, and this one here was also a tissue box. Mally, can you just grab me one of my tissue boxes so I can show them what it was? So yeah, we've literally just cut the top off and then wrapped them in old wrapping paper. Instead of binning any excess wrapping paper, I just use it on crafts. So that works just there.
This one's unopened.
Yeah. So this was the tissue box. It's just your basic family's tissues. And we just cut the top off and turn it into a box and then cover it in paper. Thank you, darling.
You're very calm.
This unit is another bedside table, which just holds my little, and in here holds my actual knitting looms and my flower loom. So bedside tables are used a lot in my house. And then on this shelf we have 3 jars. This one I just crochet covered, and that's got my crochet hooks in it. This one is done with tissue paper and skeleton leaves, and that's got my Tunisian hooks in it. And this one is done with tissue paper, and this was actually done by my youngest Mally when he was about 3, maybe 4 years old. And we've always kept it for candle holders, but I thought it's perfect for holding my double point needles in, so that's what it holds. And then this one here and this one here was actually one tube. They were, for those getting 5D paintings, these were tubes from Evermore, and I just cut the tube in half and then created a cover. And actually Duncan done this cover, so he done a fab job. And then behind here, as you can see, this is a drinks decanters, I'm sure some of you know, and inside it is all my loom bands, because I had a lot of loom bands from doing loom bands with the kids, so I just popped them in there because they look pretty. And then here it's just a vase, which is holding pom-poms from scrap yarn that I've used. And then this one is another vase, and that's just holding all my ends and any yarn that I'm not going to use because it's getting a bit old. I use it there, and I'll turn them into feathers. And then up the top there, that one is a coffee jar, which is holding buttons, if I can reach it. There you go. Oh, there you go. So this one is just holding buttons, if I can tip it up. There you go. And that was I think it's a Kenko coffee or something. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. It's Duncan's. Sorry for getting close up there. But I sit back down because I've got to rest. But you see, so that is long way. There we go. A good use of anything that you can literally find lying around the house. So I'm just going to put the camera back on the stand and then see you all again. Yeah, so that just hopefully gives you some ideas on what I've used and repurposed around it. Anything from shoe boxes and tissue boxes to actual furniture and jars, and you could use tins instead of jars for some of that holding that stuff. But I just think it's really useful to reuse anything you can find. You know, the cheaper the better. So most of this stuff is either stuff given to me or I got from charity shops, or is stuff that I've used for food or shoes or tissues or whatever, and it's just been reused and repurposed for storage, because why throw it out if you can use it again? So that's about it really. I hope some of this has helped, and I hope I haven't gone through it too fast. If I have, tell me and I can show you again. But hopefully it was okay, and I'm sorry it was a little wobbly. I'm just a little wobbly on my feet today. But yes, check out all the other videos. There is some fabulous ideas, some that I hadn't even thought of, which I can now do myself because I have some of the stuff that they've used. So yeah, go and check out all the other people that I've listed at the beginning of this, and I will have in the description box below. Subscribe to them if you like their videos. Maybe say hi and comment on them so they know you've watched. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. So I will catch you all later. Take care. Bye.